Okay, let's go.
All right, today we are going to tackle one of the biggest challenges in trading. And listen, it has nothing to do with your charts, your indicators, or your strategies. Nope. This is about the battle that's happening right between your ears. It's this deep conflict between your ancient survival instincts and the modern market. And trust me, understanding this conflict is the absolute first step to conquering it.
Look, every single one of us starts with this vision, right? You see the potential, you start doing the math in your head, and you get completely intoxicated by this dream of financial freedom. It's this incredibly powerful pull, this idea that you can conquer the markets and just completely change your life.
But here's the crazy part, the paradox we're going to unpack. What if that powerful drive, that intense burning desire to succeed, is actually the very thing that's sabotaging your trading account? It's a tough question, I know, but it is at the very heart of why so many traders fail.
So, let's really dig into that dream for a second. Because, let's be honest, it's not just about the money, is it? It's about proving something to yourself, about mastering a really difficult craft, and turning this powerful vision you have into a reality.
And I want to be super clear here. This isn't some kind of weakness. It's a powerful human drive. This desire to win, to go out and conquer. It feels like it should be your greatest asset. But in the very unique world of trading, that asset is hiding a really dangerous trap.
To really understand that trap, we've got to go back, and I mean way back. We need to take a look at the psychological software that we've all inherited from our ancestors. We like to call this the Rocky mentality. You know what I'm talking about. It's that deep-seated belief that no matter how big the challenge, you can just push through, you can fight harder, and you will come out on top. And for our ancestors, this mindset was absolutely essential for survival.
Just think about the journey of this trait. For tens of thousands of years, living in a really hostile world, believing you could prevail against all odds was a non-negotiable survival tool. It was so successful, it literally got locked into our DNA. But what happens when we bring that same exact trait to the trading screen? It becomes a huge red flag. Danger, danger, danger.
This really just boils it all down, doesn't it? The psychological tool that ensured our survival as a species has now become a massive liability in the financial markets. The rules of the game have completely changed.
Okay, so let's break down exactly why this is. It all comes down to a fundamental mismatch between the world our brain was built for and the world where we now trade.
You see, our ancestors lived in a world of relative certainty. You hunt the animal, you win. You fight the rival, you win. Conquest was survival. But the market is an environment of pure probability. You do not control the outcome. Pushing harder doesn't make a trade work out. In fact, winning in trading isn't about conquest at all. It's about patiently, professionally managing your losses until your statistical edge has a chance to play out.
This means we need a totally new metaphor. You are not a warrior charging into battle. No, you are an ambush predator, patient, disciplined, just waiting for the perfect moment and preserving your capital when the opportunity just isn't there. And if you don't make this mental shift, well, the consequences are severe. This isn't just some philosophical debate. It has very real and very painful financial outcomes. The numbers are just brutal. Roughly 95% of aspiring traders are wiped out, gone from the markets within just 3 to 5 years. And it isn't because they're not smart or because they don't have a good system. It's because of something much deeper.
And it happens because they bring that Rocky mentality into a world of probabilities. They try to force their will onto the market, to conquer randomness. But the market doesn't care about your will. The harder you push, the more you lose.
So naturally, this sends so many traders on this desperate search for a holy grail, right? Some secret system or indicator that will finally let them conquer the market. But they're looking in the completely wrong place. So many traders just burn themselves out searching for this thing. You know, a magic trading system, a secret indicator, the perfect strategy. They're all just different ways of trying to conquer randomness. But you can't conquer randomness. The real secret isn't in your system. It's somewhere else entirely.
That's it. It's right here. The ultimate edge in trading isn't found on your charts. It's in your head. It's about developing the psychological discipline to operate effectively in an environment that is defined by uncertainty.
Okay, so
How do we actually do that? How do we build this new mind? It requires a fundamental shift in your focus, away from winning and towards performing.
So here's the roadmap. First, you have to learn to regulate your emotions so they don't hijack your decisions. Second, you have to do the work to uncover those deep beliefs that drive you when you're under stress. Third, and this is the real game changer, you shift your entire goal from winning to simply performing your plan flawlessly. And finally, you develop an unshakable trust in your statistical edge and just let the probabilities play out over time.
This is the transformation we're talking about. Your evolutionary programming, your old mind, it defaults to reaction, to aggression, to fear, to fight or flight. But the new mind, the one you need to build, is intentional. It operates with curiosity, discipline, and patience. You're literally moving from a mind of reaction to a mind of design.
So here's the bottom line. The psychological edge is the full, total acceptance that you cannot control whether any single trade wins or loses. What you can control, 100% of the time, is the mind you bring to the screen, the mind that executes your plan without emotional interference. That, right there, is your only true edge.
And that leaves us with one final, very important question to consider. When you sit down to trade, what game are you really playing? Are you still trying to conquer the market, playing to win at all costs? Or are you playing to perform your role with excellence, knowing that's the only real path to long-term success? The answer to that question, well, that's going to determine everything.